Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good and doing great. So today in this session we will cover the solid principle. So before that I will let you know the developer or the engineer who are coming from any of the technical background, so they should be aware about the solid principle. So this solid principle will save our so much time and so much redundant code which we are going to write, so it will help to reduce this type of things. So let's discuss this thing more about the solid principle. So what is solid? So solid principle is basically the principle, it's the golden principle which are used into the object oriented programming. So here the the lot of the experience gain people are share some of the principle to solve the dependency and all, if we are making the application very big. So if for the small application this principle is always good, but if we are working onto the small project, so this type of like we are never face any big type of problem or any of the problem which are very crucial for the project. So here this solid principle will help us to make our application big and with less dependency to, of the component to each other. So yeah, so we are segregating this principle into the five more principles. So solid we can differentiate in such a way, like the abbreviation for S is single responsibility principle, open close principle, Liskov substitution principle, integration segregation principle, and D is the dependency inversion principle. Let's move on to the another slide. So what is a single responsibility principle? So the single responsibility principle tell us a class should have only a single responsibility. That means the one class should be perform one task. For example, like if i'm if I'm doing logging type of things, so the log class should log only the information, not the other things. Like it cannot be manipulate the things. So the purpose of this log class is it just take the logs in the form of list, in the form of string, and save into the database. So that should be the responsibility of this one. So it should not be the responsibility of this one, like to manipulate this one to make the substring or make the extract some of the information. So this responsibility should be the different class. So you can put this example uh, interview or in your in your requirement. So the other thing is open close principle. So open close principle is saying like the like software entity should be open for extension but closed for modification. I mean to say, like any of the class which we are taking, it should be open for extension. Like we can extend the class or the behavior, uh, but it's not for, but close for the modification. Like if we are changing the behavior of the class, so it should be close or it should not be allowed. So we will do the more example there, because these are the basic interview question people are asking. So I will let you know soon in the next video where the practical use of this one. Coming on to this one, the most important interview question, most important principle of the solid, so that is a L is the Liskov substitution principle. So what this principle is saying, the object in a program should be replaceable with the instance of their subtype without altering the correctness of that program. For example, I created one object like class A, obj A equal to new, and class A. So we have the object obj A. So I can reuse or reinitialize the same object without any problem. So this principle is saying these things. So I will let you know soon the most important thing of this Liskov by the practical, like which type of problem we are facing if we are not using the Liskov substitution, and which are the problem we are solving through the Liskov substitution with the practical manner. Coming on to the next one, I is the interface segregation principle. So you can say like many client specific interface are better than one general purpose interface. So mean to say, like we should have to use more interface as compared to the single interface. So the best example here is the permanent employee and the contractual employee. So in the permanent and the contractual, some are the common property which are basically the common. So we can, for the common property we can make the common interface, and for permanent and the permanent and the contractual employee we can make the different interface. We will do the, definitely we will do the practical work onto this principle. Coming on to the last one, the D is the dependency inversion principle. So what this principle is saying, our we should be depend on the abstraction, not the concentration. So these have the basically two most important part. Like high level module should not be dependent on the low level module, I- but instead both should be dependent on the abstraction or the interface. The second important point is the abstraction should not depend on detail. Detail like concrete implementation should depend on abstraction. Mean to say, whenever uh, you are always passing the interface instance into this one, and you are not telling what is the what this instance carry. Mean to say, so this give you the abstraction. So dependency inversion principle you can achieve through the three way. Like you can achieve through the constructor, through the property, through the constructor property, and there is a one more is through function. So these three way you can achieve this dependency. I hope you all enjoy this one, and soon I will make the deep level of video so that you can put this the same example into your interview and get selected into the good company and all. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this one.